Today we're learning how to expose any log accurately. Let's go. Today we're breaking down exactly how to expose log footage. SLog 3, CLog, Vlog, LogC, you name it. We'll talk ARRI values, zeros, waveform, false color, and that whole +1, +2 stop push. Let's get into it. Let's get one thing straight. Log isn't a color profile, it's a gamma curve. It flattens contrast to retain more dynamic range. But that means we can't just eyeball exposure on screen. We need to use ARRI values and monitor tools because every log profile has a different curve mapping. I don't know about you guys, but it seems like every job I do, I use a different camera and different log profile. One job, the producer will own a Sony camera, and the next job, maybe the director owns a Canon. So I'm just like switching cameras and log profiles all the time. It's hard to remember ARRI targets for like 20 plus log profiles. So I made this handy chart that shows the different key ARRI values for each log profile. As you can see, it ranges on every profile. This is why you need to know the curve for the log you're using. I'll leave a link in the description where you can download the chart, as well as other charts in this video. The manufacturers map the log profile to the sensor they put in the camera. If we take SLog 3 as an example, you can see that middle gray is around 41 to 46% ARRI, and the Caucasian skin is 61 to 63%. And for darker skin, it's around 55 to 60%. Diffused white, which is like white paper, is 81 to 83%, and a hard clip zone, where things will clip, is 94%. Here's the magic. Overexposed by 1 to 2 stops, that pushes the skin tone up, giving you cleaner shadows, and that doesn't apply to all logs, so you'll need to do your own testing on the log you use, and use this handy chart that shows the ARRI to stops. Link is in the description down below. Something to note is on a 10-bit scale, 18% gray or middle gray should hit 473, not 512. It's 46.2% ARRI in most log curves. Another thing to note is when you add a LUT to your camera or monitor, it will change the ARRI mapping. In this example, you can see when the LUT is applied, the waveform image expands. While you're shooting, apply your LUT so you know exactly what it's going to look like so you can light and expose correctly. Now your middle gray shifts from log to your LUT. The footage going to the card isn't affected, but now you have to know where your key values should go. And after applying a Rec. 709 LUT or transform, middle gray maps consistently to 45 ARRI, somewhere around 45, 46 ARRI. When you change ISO, it changes the ARRI target value. ISO affects exposure and signal level. Because you're applying gain before the log encoding, the curve itself doesn't change, but the input data to that curve is amplified. This is why it's crucial to understand how your camera handles ISO within log. It's not just about brightness, it changes where highlights clip. When you change ISO, it shifts the curve up or down. You can see in the LogC chart that you maintain the same dynamic range, but it moves the range to gain more highlights or down to gain more shadows. Alright, let's talk through your setup. First, set the correct picture profile. For Sony, that's like PP8, SLog 3, S-Gamut 3 Cine, for example. Use your base ISOs to get the cleanest blacks. If you go off the native ISOs, you'll probably introduce grain. Now the shutter, keep it at 180 degree, that's 1/50 or 1/48 for 24p, and use NDs to control the exposure. Don't try to shoot log without helpers. It's like driving blindfolded. Turn on gamma display assist. Like on Sony, that's SLog 3 to Rec. 709. It helps your preview, contrast, and color. Use the chart I made to find your 18% value on the log you use or the skin tone value and set accurately your exposure with one of the following tools. If you're using Zebra, set Zebra 1 to your log skin tone value with ±3 to track skin tones. Then set Zebra 2 to your log clipping point ARRI value, such as 94%. This is your hard clipping warning. If you have a monitor or camera with a waveform, even better. Adjust your exposure till your skin tone value reaches your log value on the waveform. You can do the same if you're using a gray card. Adjust exposure till the middle gray reaches the target on the waveform. And false color is great because you can see where the values fall on an image. You simply adjust the exposure till the target value color is reached on the subject, being a face or the gray card. So one often forgotten method of exposing is using light meters. So you can use a spot meter or an incident meter and nail your exposure. So if you're using a spot meter, you hold up a gray card where the subject is, take a meter reading, and apply that reading to your lens. I use a Minolta F spot meter that has a 1 degree spot. It's pretty accurate. If you're using an incident meter, you hold it up next to your subject with the bubble facing the lens, take a meter reading, and apply that f-stop that your meter says to your lens. And remember to set the meter shutter speed and ISO as per your shooting settings. On some meters, the closest shutter speed to 24 frames a second is 1/50, which is fine. Remember to open up 1 to 2 stops to get those cleaner shadows in post. So the simple workflow is set your base ISOs, lock your white balance, frame your shot, turn on the gamma assist, zebras, or waveform, even better, false color, then adjust your exposure till you reach your target ARRI value on your exposure tool. So the final takeaways. Expose to the right without fear. Log likes it. Cleaner shadows and better roll off. Be consistent. Pick a target and stick to it. Don't change the face value on every shot in a scene. Your editor will hate you for it. Use a LUT for clients. Load a Rec 709 or Show LUT on your monitor so they don't freak out. But always expose the waveform or the exposure tool that you're using. And lastly, what we just went over is the science of cinematography. There is another side, and no, it's not the dark side. It's the art side. All of these rules can be broken. If the story you're trying to tell is better told by breaking the exposure rules, then by all means, break them. So that's how you expose log footage like a pro. Whether you're using SLog 3, LogC, CLog, or one of the many logs out there, master your log profiles, trust your exposure tools, and give yourself room to be creative. I'll put links down in the description for all the log charts I use so you can download them. If you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. That helps me make more videos like this one. Also hit the like button and drop your questions down below, and I'll see you on set.